Good morning, Ian. Good morning, Janet.
Good morning, Juma.
How's your weekend?
Great.
NFP ilipelekaje?
Me personally, kwanza DC trading NFP.
Uli opt out NFP?
Yeah, anything Kenya ni tasema aje, anything Kenya mtu like tuko na a lot of inaitwaje, fundamentals na pia a lot of strong impact like kwa market. Hapo hivyo mi I avoid kabisa.
Oh. Yeah, that is not bad. That is good somehow. It is always good to avoid the high news because there is a lot of unpredictability in that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so.
But ilikuwa na good moves actually.
Yeah, they were according to our previous analysis, what we've been looking at last week, the whole of last week.
The values ilikuja low by the
Nini yo?
Juma.
Values ya
Yes, morning.
Good morning.
Karibu.
Nasema
Yeah.
Juma.
Yeah.
Nasema the values of the US dollar, like yani the value of US dollar obviously ilishuka chini, but you see like the employment change ilikuja low. Ilikuja 263k.
Yeah.
And the previous walikuwa na expect 750. The previous ilikuwa 900k.
Ilikuwa lower.
Hiyo value ilikuja so hadi nilikuwa napitia side Bloomberg, nilikuwa naona like walikuwa na like they were talking about yani when investors wana shy off the market currently because you look like how the value like the unajua sasa tutamesha the economy with the employment rates, like unajua the more the people wako employed inamaanisha the more watu watanunua vitu, the more watu wataspend kwa vitu kama recreation. Like so, ukikuja ukipata like a situation kama hiyo where you find like the value kama employment rate imeenda chini hivyo, unapata like so people wanaangalia this one inakaa more the economy actually is so weak.
Sijui naona Janet ameingia akatoka, Eric akatoka, sijui kama kuna issue.
Check.
I don't know. Anyway, yeah, let's continue nikiangalianga what's wrong. But so you did on Friday haukuwa kwa market ama uli avoid the dollar pairs?
I was just watching the markets.
Okay.
So could take any positions like I was there. I was watching it all out and ilikuwa yote can fold actually ilikuwa kwa markets too. But my positions sifungui.
Because I think everything went according to what we were expecting actually. Yeah, but
nalikuwa nimekula vizuri.
Last week yote kama ulikuwa kwa market, then I believe you did benefit, especially from what we've been looking at our watch list. Of course, there is a lot you can be looking at, but we opt not because you cannot be a jack of all trades. And still we also have our own personal watch lists that we look at. So I think the analysis has been going well, and you can clearly see that we've hit our our take profits almost in every currency pair that we had said that it's a go ahead and that we could trade it.
Yeah.
So nadhani ni issue tu ya Eric na Janet cause naona Kendi ameingia na Angelas. Kendi, morning.
Morning, Juma.
How are you? How is Meru?
It is cold currently. How is where you are?
Ya karibu sana. Acha tuangalie. This is a new week. I think we'll be looking at different setups now. There is a lot that don't know what will happen, especially with the NFP on Friday. There's a lot that could happen anyway. So today, this is what we have for the news. Already the kiwi has already performed.
By the way, kuna COVID cases.
So when there are COVID cases, it really affects their currency. It really affects the currency because they've not been having cases for long.
Yeah, hadi leo nilikuwa naona saa asubuhi wameweka lockdown, walikuwa na 20 COVID cases. Walikuwa na news saa tu asubuhi.
Sijaangalia.
Walipata tu only 20 cases ya COVID na wakaweka lockdown.
Because you remember the spike that formed lastly when they had only one.
Yeah. Na tena ikiendelea kutoka kwenye wameendelea kureport cases.
They are reporting more cases. Yeah, so that really affects the kiwi. So we will be looking at that as well, just like an overview. After we finish looking at what we've been looking at, the watch list that we've had. But as you can see during the day, especially when the London market is open, we'll be having different things that we'll be expecting. Again, we also have a bank holiday, which is so bad for us, especially after NFP, because we do not know. We'll take our setup. Some setups will take long to form. Since we do have the bank holidays, some setups will take very long to form. And as you can see right now, they are in a retracement mode. So we'll be looking at this, but there is not much news. As you can see already from here, this is what is active, and this will be happening in an hour, this in 2 hours, and the rest during the day. So let's look at our watch list. So this is, I will start with the topmost, which is the GBP JPY. For the GBP JPY, we've always been looking at it to go above, but following this trend line, as you can see. And you can go back to your analysis, you can check it on YouTube. This is what we've been looking at, and these are trend lines that I drew during our analysis. So this is the same thing that we've been looking at. When we look at it in 4 hours, we're expecting this to hit our take profit here. However, there is so much resistance at this area, so we'll be watching out, and especially today because of the bank holiday and everything that's been happening. Then over the weekend, then we'll be expecting it, since it has hit this area, we'll be looking whether it will breach to the downside so that we can adjust our entry positions. But if it doesn't, we are looking to go higher highs and even hit this area that I did highlight over here. This is our area of interest since it forms our SNR area. That is our SNR area. This is a 4 hours chart. So of course, in 1 hour's chart, there will be some ups and downs. So it is very good that to take note that your entry positions must be very clear before you make something. So I would suggest, because this is a GBP, wait for the London market to see how it performs. And it might even take longer. And remembering, let us remember today is on Monday, so the market might be a bit inactive. We expect that. So let's watch out for that. But as you can see, we already made higher highs since we started with this currency pair down here. We've already made very good progress, though very slow. It has moved according to our expectations. I don't know, Ian, if you have anything to add on that.
I mean, iko tu sawa. EGJ, I'm still watching here. The start of the week.
So I don't know whether Eric is in. We've been for the swing, for those who do swing. this was a good setup. You would have got good pips there. So for the GU, if you can remember, we've been looking at this currency pair for a while, and we've been expecting it to go up until this SNR area, and that is what exactly happened. So on Friday, the NFP did activate this currency, and it was able to reach to this area where we were expecting. So since these are very strong SNR area, we were expecting some sort of retracement, and that's what exactly is happening. So for today, most of the day, I think SNR, the retracement will be happening. And so I suggest that you keep off this market, but again, we keep looking at it because we could get some confirmation that the buyers are in, and so we could buy. Because at the end of the day, this is our area of interest. Just that we do have a lot of, this is our area of interest. We do, however, we do expect some sort of resistance going up, since we do have this area was a channel. So this is a good setup, but until we do breach this area to the upper side, then we'll not be looking at any other currency, any buys. So I don't know whether anybody thinks otherwise of this currency pair. And Angelas, I can see Angelas and Sheila, you've been with us. Angelas, this setup we've been looking at it. We do look at these setups in different time frames, and this is a daily time frame, and still in the daily time frame we were looking at the buys. So even in the shorter time frames, that is what we've been looking at, we've been expecting. So as you can see, that the currency pair did perform, the GU did perform very well as we were expecting, though slowly, but for sure it did. The Aussie, when we look at the Aussie, as you can see, we've been looking at this pair, and we've been expecting it to go even higher highs. I did draw a trend line here, and today, as we're experiencing some retracement, then we expect that we may even go back to the trend line before we take off again. So again, today being a Monday, we'll be expecting this. But as you can see, we hit all our take profit levels. All our TPs has been hit. So this has been good. And since we breached this area to the upper side, then we are looking to make even higher highs. So let's watch out for this market, since I'm very positive that we'll make higher highs on this market. As you can see, we've already breached this area, which is a very, very strong area. However, with the retracement, we expect it might come back inside, but we'll be watching out. If it breaches this to the downside, then we might hold our horses until we get a good clear indication that we are back. The Aussie is back. So for now, that is it. So let's watch for it. Let's wait for the retracement. I'm sure it will happen. Maybe 2 green candles up and then come down before it makes a higher high again. If it does, then we'll be looking at this area as our area of interest. These are the first area of interest that we'll be looking at. You can see these are very strong SNR area. A lot of volatility here was experienced. And so let's be very careful when we are trending at this area. I hope that is clear to everyone. Eric, welcome back. You had left.
Yes, I'm in now.
Karibu, karibu. I hope you had an awesome weekend.
Yeah, I do.
So we're just doing some little back testing here and there, and looking for the way forward for our watch list that we have, and we've seen that all we've been looking at have performed. So for now, we are looking at the EU, and the EU as well did perform. This is a daily chart, and we say that we're in a bullish market. And in these 4 hours, again, we are still in a very bullish market, as you can see. This was our take profit, and the NFP did activate the buys, and they managed to hit our TP. do not mind the pips that you lost over here. You cannot milk the market dry. There will always be other opportunities, but this is the safest way to do it, so that in case it doesn't go to make the higher highs, you're not left out. But as you can see, the setups did perform very well up to the upper side. So for now, like I said, we are looking for some sort of retracement, and once it reaches even the downtrend, the trend line, then we might be looking for buys on these areas. But if it breaches the downside, then we'll still be waiting for a good price action signal, so that we may know that we back in the buys. But again, let us watch out for this area, because it's a very, very strong SNR area that we may not be able to breach. So again, this was a good setup. Thank you, guys. I'm sure if you are here with us then and you are taking these trades, then you are able to make the most out of them. So that is it for that. If you remember, last week, by the close of last week, I said, since we've been buying the GU, the Aussie, the EU, then there is a likelihood that the USD card will be dropping, and that is what exactly happened. And we've been looking at breaching this trend line. And I said, if you breach this downtrend, again, now we'll be watching this area. And after this area, we'll be watching this area. So for now, I will still say that since we are in this SNR area, very strong support, then we might not be looking to actively be engaged in this market. Since in order to draw out, it might draw us out very early. As you can see, it's been performing very slowly as well. So I don't think you want to be caught up with this mess. Unless you sold from up here, I don't think you want to be caught up with that mess. But still, in the long run, for the swing traders like Eric, we're expecting that this is a bullish market in the long run. In the long run, we're expecting that once it reaches here, then we'll be looking for more buys. So we are at an area where we can't really say that the USD card is very clear. So I suggest that you opt out this market unless you have very good or very confident entries and exits on this area. For the scalpers like Ian, you can try. I'm sure you'll get a to the downside.
Where's his
scalper?
This is scalper.
Hata kidogo.
Today.
Cryptic.
Lakini this market, the NFP ndo ilifanya hii market haikai more sexy. Like hii market iliharibiwa sana. Like NFP walikuja kadropisha sana hii market. So like hii market it was on a range, unakumbuka ile range yetu tuli break out na the tall white.
Yeah, I remember.
So like
we've been consolidating for quite some time. Yeah,
NFP came and took this market actually down, more down. So like unaona nguvu sasa inakuja, like I want it to retest on the trend line actually, ndio iniambia like let's see on the trend line, like on the edge, the support ilikuwa previous on the range. Kwenye range unaona like guda sana. I want to see like some structures ikiform hapo kwanza, like ikuja hiyo point kenye uko nayo like say 1.25744. I want to see actually how the price itakuja hapo hivi itabehave kwanza hapo. If we can go one more time down ama tutarudi ndani ya range. Okay. Like mimi nasema tu like that market actually I've just kept off it, like kutoka Friday nimekuwa just off from Thursday. Lakini it is a very nice market.
It is. I would say it is, but again, let's be slow in this market. I don't think we need to rush here, because there's a lot of signals that we'll be watching. Again, we are in a very strong SNR area after just a consolidation. Again, we are in a retest because today is on Monday, it's beginning of the week. But we'll be looking for this in the long run and see how it performs. Remember, we have the Euro card as well. We've been looking at these, and we are still on the trend line. We've been watching these and to see how it performs in the long run. Nothing much has happened. You can see we do have even a good trend line up, the consolidation and downside. It tried to breach, it never stayed higher. That price was rejected and it came back into the consolidation area. So again, these are watch out. We took these two currency pairs as a challenge see how it performs. We did analyze this for like 2 hours sometime last week, and we never managed to get anything out of this. So we will be looking at it during the week. Today, maybe nothing much will happen because we do not have any high currency news. I mean, high impact news, and still we do not have any indication that the market is ready to go up or down. So we'll be watching out for this again. But in case of anything during the day, we will update you. I can see we have new visitors. Cryptics, karibu sana. So that is it for the Euro card and the USD JPY. Again, the yen and the US dollar and the yen, the setups has been a bit confusing. A range in 4 hours, as you can see, it's been a consolidating market, and we've been looking to breach high highs. We did get a fake out here, and we were hoping that we are back in the bullish market, but we never made any high highs. But now we'll be looking for these trend lines to see who breaches who first, and if we have some sort of resistance and exits, and even the candlestick formation, so that we know that the market has changed direction. But as at now, it's still a consolidation market, and as I always say, sometimes staying out of the market is the best way to do it. So there's no hurry in this. We have very many currency pairs we can look at. Is just that these are on our watch list, which if you have any question, you can still always ask, and you can always look at what you want to look. For the oil, the oil has been this way. We've been expecting to make higher highs after we did breach this area. Unfortunately, we never made it. And the market came down crashing as a sign of retracement. Again, we'll be watching out for this area that we've been highlighting, and if it breaches to the downside, then we might be looking at a market directional change. However, if it doesn't, then we still believe that this buyer is still holding above, and then if he is, then we're still in a very bullish market, and in the long run we'll be looking to make higher highs. But remember that there is always news. So the first thing we come to the market to look at the economic calendar to see whether we are on the safe side or not. Remember that once we breach this area to the upper side again, this will be our new TP. This will be our new TP. Yes, and I hope that you guys will be looking at this current space. So for today, I suggest that you stay out of it. Remember that these are very volatile commodity. And so if you're involved with it, make sure that you have your account can handle it. Don't just get into it blindly. For the silver, silver and gold has been holding above quite well. The NFP on Friday did activate it to the upper side. As you can see, it took off and did break this area of resistance that we'll be looking at, and even made some higher highs, I would say. Again, remember that I had given this signal and said that we are not trend line, so we are looking to buy. This is a very simple setup and a very good one. So we were looking to buy here, and we did. For those who did buy, because we were, if you can remember previously, we had said that there will be some sort of retracement around here, and did retrace, and we got in very well. And it's been holding above since then. So for those who did catch some good silver, then I think you're in good pips, and maybe even you took your profits. But remember that that was not our target. Our target is up here. So this might take time to form, but again, we're still hopeful that at the end of the day, we'll be able to reach or to hit our take profit. That is it for the silver against the dollar. So we may look for gold. Again, remember that this has been our area of interest for the longest time, and it took so long to be here, but finally we did hit our TP on Friday when the NFP did activate the market. And so we'll be looking to make higher highs once we breach this, but since we are in a very strong SNR area, then we're looking for retracements from that area. yeah, I would suggest that you stay out of these as well and see what happens in the long run before we do get our buys back. So for those who are wondering why we are going through this, because we've been looking at these same currency pairs for quite some time. This is our watch list, and we've been doing analysis on them, and that is what we've concluded. And actually, it has happened according to what we were expecting, according to the news as well. If you need to get deeper knowledge about this, then you can always talk to Ian and see where you need help. But as at now, we'll be looking for very, very strong. This is a very strong SNR area. You can see that it had formed some double top, and you can be looking at even the previous formation and see that if the buyers at this market were unable to breach this area, and so we're expecting a lot of resistance from that area as well. So we'll be watching out for these. But in case you get any price action signal, then we'll let you know during the day. But unfortunately, that is what we have for now. So that is it, I would say. I don't know if there is any question for today. Ian?
From my side, no questions. It is on a Monday.
Yeah, so we're expecting a bit slow. The market will be a bit slow today. It's on a Monday.
Yeah.
And there is a bank holiday as well.
Yeah.
Later during the day. So there's
Mondays
nothing.
too, I just slow.
Yeah. But sometimes, like last week on Monday was a bit active. So if you are in for it on Monday, then you can't really disqualify Mondays. It just depends. And we use these time frames, the 1 hour, 4 hours, and the daily, because we are intraday. So we watch out for the for formation that form during the day, but again we get very good setups for in the long run. Eric is a swing. Eric does swing the market. So again, for you, Eric, I think these are the best setups that you can get. But as at now, again, the markets have been beaten, decided. But in the long run, if we are able to breach this area to the upper side, that we'll be looking to make higher highs. So I think that is it for today. I cannot see anyone with a question, but welcome, guys. Let's look this. You can always look at the back testing that is posted on YouTube. Make sure that you go through it thoroughly so that you can get why we come to these conclusions. Thank you, guys. See you tomorrow. May the peeps be with you.
Thank you.